For decades, humanity has looked up at the vast star-filled darkness with total awe. Now, think about this juxtaposition for a second, because it's absolutely wild. Humanity has successfully charted the craters, mountains, and valleys of celestial bodies millions of miles away. Get this, we have explored less than 20% of the Earth's oceans. Less than 20. And to put this extremity into perspective, let's look at the International Space Station. It orbits a mere 400 kilometers above us. You see, spacecraft have to navigate a vacuum and radiation. Those are hazards, sure, but they're scientifically understood and technologically manageable. And because of those extreme conditions, we really don't even need to leave the planet to find alien life. The ocean is teeming with it. We're sharing our planet with the legendary giant squid, frilled sharks that look straight out of prehistoric times. What's absolutely fascinating is that new species are discovered down there every single year. But hey, it's not just the biological horrors. The ocean floor itself is a literal geological time bomb. Down in the dark, catastrophic threats are lurking everywhere. We're talking active underwater volcanoes, vast methane hydrate fields, which are basically frozen, pressurized pockets of gas that could trigger sudden, massive explosions. Adding to all that volatility are hydrothermal vents. These underwater chimneys violently spew out superheated, toxic water. Then there's this psychological abyss. Picture being down there. You're surrounded by total, suffocating darkness and a crushing, heavy silence. And sometimes, that silence is broken by eerie, unidentified noises echoing through the water. It all creates this perfect storm of psychological traps. Total sensory deprivation combined with an overwhelming sense of crushing isolation. In fact, real oceanographers and marine scientists, the experts who stare into this pitch-black abyss on a daily basis, which brings us to a mind-blowing contradiction, the funding paradox. Given all the mysteries, the undiscovered resources, and the potential threats, you would expect us to pour everything into understanding our own planet's depths, right? And it's a shocking paradox because these largely unexplored oceans aren't just a sideshow, they are our life support system. But the reality is, the pitch-black abyss of our very own ocean is vastly more alien, extreme. We actually possess incredibly detailed maps of Mars and our own moon. Yet right here on Earth, our very own seabed remains largely shrouded in darkness. That means over 80% of the largest habitat on our home planet is completely uncharted territory. It definitely leaves you with a creeping sense of unease, doesn't it? Contrast that with the Mariana Trench, which plunges nearly 11 kilometers straight down into the Earth. Deep-sea vessels, on the other hand, they have to descend into crushing darkness, battling pressures over 1,000 times greater than what we experience at the surface. And these completely bizarre bioluminescent organisms that light up the darkness. What's wild is that many of these strange creatures were entirely unknown to science until very recently. This dark biosphere remains as uncharted and alien as any distant exoplanet. Every time a sub goes down into the abyss, and perhaps most terrifyingly, there are unstable geological formations capable of underwater landslides so huge they generate immense, devastating tsunamis. The temperatures there are so extreme, they would instantly obliterate pretty much any life form we know from the surface. Yet, miraculously, Take the famous bloop, for example, a strange, extremely powerful underwater sound recorded by scientists that, for a long time, completely defied explanation. And the most terrifying part is the absolute physical impossibility of a rapid escape. You can't just eject. Have stated on the record that they find the deep sea far more terrifying and humbling than any space environment. Yet, look at this. Space exploration receives a massive 95% of governmental and financial support, leaving ocean exploration with a tiny 5% sliver. The ocean is strictly responsible for regulating the Earth's climate, producing the vast majority of our oxygen, and supporting literally all life on the planet. And terrifying than anything we face out in outer space. We keep looking to the sky for the unknown, while practically ignoring the massive, unmapped world right beneath our feet. Knowing we're sharing our home with this immense, silent darkness that we know almost nothing about, it completely reframes how we look at things, revealing the deep ocean as an environment that is far more physically punishing than the immediate borders of space. Literally every square inch of a submarine is under relentless, massive physical assault from all the water above it. It's this thriving ecosystem of biological horrors and wonders, perfectly adapted to survive in a realm without sunlight. There is a very real possibility it's going to capture footage of some enormous creature humanity has never laid eyes on. The floor of the ocean is just constantly shifting and simmering. Alien ecosystems thrive right on the edges of these boiling, toxic vents. It just proves how extreme and incomprehensible the deep ocean truly is. When you're kilometers beneath the surface, a mysterious noise in the dark takes on a whole new level of terror. You are physically trapped under billions of gallons of water, and that reality creates a tension that is absolutely unmatched. They truly recognize just how small and vulnerable we are in the face of it. We are literally spending vastly more money looking up at barren rocks in our solar system than we do investigating the vital engine of our own planet. By ignoring the deep, we're basically flying blind while trying to manage the very engine that keeps our planet habitable. As we wrap up this explainer, we are left with a pretty powerful reflection on what undiscovered secrets the deep might still be hiding. What would it actually mean for science, for humanity, and for our entire understanding of life itself if we ever truly explored every corner of the abyss? Before we go, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating dives into the science of our world. But I have to know, considering the crushing pressure, the alien creatures, and the total darkness, which frontier do you find more terrifying, space or the deep ocean? Let us know.